Hello and welcome back to the Reaper. So, last night we had a pretty cool match. It was the Blues attacking an arms factory and the Reds essentially defending it. So we're going to do a quick tactical replay just to see what happens and have a quick look at the fights. So we've got the Blues, about 12 of us, something like that, taking off from the south here where the cursor is. The arms factory is about there where the cursor is, about 100 miles away. The red base is, I think, somewhere over here, and there's 4 respawning red Hornets versus, like I said, about 12 of Blues in Group 3 aircraft, so Hogs, Harriers, Vigans, stuff like that. So the Reds had a cheeky little move in that rather than sticking kind of to their half, they sent 2 rogue F-18s out to sea and to kind of flank the Blues as the Blues came into the mountains. And so basically as soon as the Blues left their base, they were getting spikes from these 2 F-18s. So yeah, we didn't expect that at all, but it was pretty cool. So immediately the Hogs got into the mountains and got away from the hostile radar. I asked everyone to pull out to the right. That was me and Static. I asked everyone to pull out to the right with me and Static, but they all kind of went along the coast still. So I think we could have avoided these Hornets, but never mind, that's the way it goes. Hornets homing in on us. So they're basically blind. They can't see anything because we're in the canyon, so we're out of all kind of radar aspects from their AWACS and from their planes. Just a matter of time before they find us. And it looks like it's Sherman that's showing the initiative as ever. Sherman somehow, and we've got no idea where these guys are, we've got no radars, early warning radars or anything. Sherman somehow detects that these Hornets have snuck behind us, and so he turns left and back and attacks the Hornets from the belly, which is a really good move, because otherwise if those Hornets had bumped into the Hogs we would have been dead straight away. Alright, so he's found Wolf Shadow. So Wolf Shadow and Coffee have now found the canyon where we all are, basically, or where the Hogs are. But luckily Sherman and Signore have cut them off. So speeds 600 knots on the Hornet, so they'll be going mil power by the looks of it. So Sherman's going to struggle to catch up. He's got a Fox off just in time, just before they got out of range. Beautiful shot by Sherman, and Signore following up. That's experience showing there. Another shot from Sherman on Coffee. Perfect range, although the aspects and the speed of Coffee are a bit high, and it looks like it's going to be beaten. Yep, beaten. That was a difficult aspect for an older AIM-9 P5. Now we're in a turn fight. We've got the F-18 at 550 knots and Sherman struggling down at 350 knots. So I don't really know what's better in a dogfight, an F-5 or an F-18, but presumably an F-18. It's got better power to weight. And I don't know which because it's got better wing loading. Probably the F-18. I don't know enough about it. Coffee retaining his burners on is up over 600 knots, so he's just speeding away. Sherman catching up, but not catching up, but accelerating. Squiddle has come from nowhere, so good communication. So he's come out of canyon, tracked down Coffee 1.5 miles, so that's within range of a P5, even though Coffee's turning. And we have a hit, good show, but not dead. So F-18 turning well, 7G at 500 knots. Surprised no one's put any 9G yet. another person on now. Sonic has appeared and he's in the game, although he's going to be way too slow to do anything by the looks of it. Squiddle has a shot and it's no good. Asking too much of the old Papa 5. Not enough lead on that shot and too much aspect turn. Coffee. Coffee still just under 7G. Squiddle's taking lead on the pursuit, although he's burning all of his speed off, so that's going to be him out for a while. Coffee's burning his speed down. We're 300 knots now. All of his G scrubbed off. So he's really pulling now. You can see 25 degrees alpha. So he's trying to get lead now, trying to get behind these guys. Though he is going to struggle. He's getting slow. Sherman's maintaining. Squiddle has exited. He realised he went too slow. He's exited the fight. Sonic's turned around. He's coming back in. Too slow still though. Sherman is just keeping enough speed to keep safe. Coffee is pulling huge 25 degrees alpha, trying to get a solution on Sherman. And he's pretty much almost got a solution on Sherman there. Just shows how well that F-18 can turn down at sub 300 knots. Sherman's decided to exit the fight. So the F-5s have decided they're beaten basically. This F-18 was turning just better at the lower speeds and getting behind them, much superior turn rate, and so the F5s have decided that they had to exit. So Sherman's exiting and Squiddle's exited. Luckily, there's some cover from Sonic here. Some spraying and praying from Sonic. Missed. Not sure why he's not firing missiles. That is Fox 2 aim-line Mike on Sherman. That's probably going to be Sherman out. They're really good, these missiles, even despite the huge turn and flaring by Sherman. Oh no, into a mountain. Good evasion by Sherman around the mountain. Coffee is running out of energy, 280 knots. Not sure what he can do now. Sonic gonna struggle to turn like that. It's stalled out. That's the MiG stalled out, and maybe a compressor stalled as well. Just not designed for that kind of fight. Signore's overshot, got speed on, but unfortunately right in the nose cone of Coffee, and that is... what kind of range are we looking at there? Oops. Oh yeah, within a mile of Coffee, so that was a bad place to do it. That's probably a couple of kill shots. Zap zap. Coffee, Signore out. Coffee back in the fight. The boys, so the F5s have regrouped, got the speed up and they're heading back in. Coffee's looked on his lift vector, seen Sonic. Lovely snapshot, look at that. Beautiful merge. That is Sonic. Damaged but probably not out. Oh yeah, so it's a crash or... yeah, he's dead one way or another. Coffee immediately detected there's hostiles on his 6, turning round, and that is Squiddle firing. More hits. F-18 soaking up an awful lot of damage. Coffee going high. And then down. Squiddle yo-yoing above him. Careful not to overspeed. Coffee getting some energy again. Sherman's got to be careful now. Sherman, I'm not sure what happened to Sherman. I think he just lost situational awareness there, or maybe he's decided to exit the fight again. So Coffee has now got his speed back. Shows how quickly the F-18 can get its speed back when it's downhill. Squiddle is probably too fast to turn now. Is 7G. No, it's got him okay. And now it's just a powerhouse race. Coffee's decided to exit because he's pretty shot up. And Squiddle immediately decides that it's pointless chasing an F-18 when it's got his burners on. He's just not going to catch up. So round he goes. So lovely fight. So that was kind of 1.5 Hornets killed and 2 Blues killed, I think. I've lost track of so many killed. I think two MiG-21s killed. Right, now the Blues have sacrificed themselves beautifully because while that fight was going on, Riddle's hogs are almost to the target, and the Harriers are making their way round, so the strike planes are on their way certainly. Speed that up. Interestingly, Coffee carries on after he's been damaged. I don't know what he does, but we'll see, I guess. So let's we can speed that up for a bit. Joyce fallen behind for some reason, but he's always in the groove. He's okay. Sherman's still alive. Squiddle's going as the crow flies to the target. Coffee has found Gap. I didn't know that happened. No, what was all this? I didn't know any of this happened. Let's go and have a look. Oh right, somehow Coffee found these guys. And we've got a merge, right, okay, so interesting. Don't know how Coffee's doing this with only one wing, but... So we've got a merge, well done Sly for spotting that. Immediately going to go into scissors by the looks of it. In scissors. Coffee's going to win the scissors by the looks. He's got slower, quicker, and gone higher for a yo-yo. He's going to get on the 6th the F5. Not sure. It looks like Sly has already in his excitement forgotten to tell his teammates that he's about to die, and so they're just carrying on. So that's a bit of an error. And oh, yep. So it's a rare miss. Just too close. 2,000 feet on on a high aspect aircraft. Too much even for an AIM 9 by the looks of it. So that didn't manage to lead in front of the F5. Still no communication by the looks of it. Guns, guns. Sly going high. He's got to be careful not to stall himself out here. Okay, he's told the guys and they're turning round. Missile out. That is probably a kill shot because Sly is so high, so low speed now. That AIM 9's probably going to track him this time. Yep, bosh. Okay, so chased him up, chased him down to a stall, and shot him down. Right, now what do the boys do? Tail is coming back. Coffee stalled himself out, look. Oh, 100 knots. Is he going down into the mud? I think he's put himself in a flat spin. And yeah. Yes. Yep, so it's down. So it's 3 blues down now. Right. So while all that was happening, so annoyingly that's distracted Tail and his squad, and because they're supposed to be kind of out here at the same time on target as the A10s, but that's just the way it goes, I suppose. So next is a fresh bunch of Hornets coming in. So we've got Merlin, Uderosa, and Wolf Shadow coming in. 12 miles. They're going to start Fox 1ing, I imagine. Piao Fox is out at 7 miles. Easy kills, I imagine. Not sure who they're going for. Looks like Sherman and Preston are going to be dead. Pew, pew. So they both just flew straight into the missiles, really. Nothing needed to turn around. Yeah, they both had RWR, so they, I don't know, they just flew into the missiles. It's their own fault. It has caused enough of a distraction for Riddler to get through to the target. Bombs out. And now, from memory, I think they miss. Yep, doesn't look like they're going very far. Yep, short of the target. Whoopsie. I didn't take into account, I put a nasty wind on this map, and they're just getting blown by the wind, as I can see. Right, so Riddler now, I think he's going to realise that he's in trouble. We've got a AIM 9 out by Merlin, forgot to get tone by the looks of it. Got to get shoot Q. 1.3 miles, Riddle's in trouble. However, look at Merlin's speed. That's a huge closing speed. Good chance of an overshoot here. Not sure what Wolf Shadow's shooting at. Uderosa? Don't know. Nothing. And that is indeed an overshoot, so concentrating on the target, wasn't concentrating on his speed. Overshoot, and that's actually going to be hard to come back from, because he's got so much speed in that plane. He's going to have to kind of circle around a good couple of miles away, possibly lose the target, we'll see. So Riddler and Whistler back down in the valley. So these planes, now they come out of the mountains, they're viewable by the hostile AWAC, so the hostile GTI can now see all of the blue planes that are out of the mountains, and so it's just a matter of time. Very ambitious from Wolf Shadow. 4 miles, no chance. It's double the range of the missile. Plus it was at that guy. Right. Looks like wave 2's coming in. Joyce and someone. Cap, I think. Yeah, we're coming together with Squiddle as a cap protector. I think the A-10s have been fairly lucky. God knows why Riddle's turned into combat. He was nearly out and safe, but he's turning back in. I guess he knows that we're coming in, so he's taking a chance to come in. Works for us. Squiddle has seen these guys here, so he's coming for an intercept. Cap is just bombing it now, 500 knots into the target, probably tally on target. Merge, Squiddle, Merlin. Now it's all going to get a bit chaos, I think. Wolf Shadow, I think, has picked up Whistler, even though Whistler's deep in the foothills now. Squiddle back, looking for a solution on Merlin. Cap nearly on target. It looks like we've got some rifles out from Riddle. I didn't know if that, I forgot that happened. And a missile from Merlin on Riddler. Last effort to stop the A-10. Too much happening. Can't see it all. Wolf Shadow shot. Track. Yep, Whistler down. That was unlucky by Whistler. He wasn't doing anything wrong there. Cap's coming in for his attack, and I think that I got all my Zunia rockets on target. I think. Let's just have a double check. Pew pew pew. Yep, everything hit. Good lot of damage. Those Zunias are really powerful. And plus, to finish it off, a couple of AGM hotels and deltas coming in. Just to make sure, Uderosa's shot over Joyce at Riddler, I think. That's probably going to be a hit. No, it's a miss. Oh, it was on Cap. Okay, I didn't no idea I was being shot at. Those AGMs, so this is just a Charlie Foxtrot now. I managed to outrun this missile somehow without knowing it. Gao 8 from Riddle just to make sure that base is toast. Merlin getting in trouble with... it just shows how the Hornet can get itself in trouble with an F5. Joyce coming in to do his run. Uderosa distracted. So this is what the F5s were supposed to do. Tangle these guys, these Hornets up in a fight. And Merlin is in deep trouble, 180 knots, so that is a stalled F-18. And it looks like he's put it in a spin. And so if you put an F-18 in a spin, from memory, there's no passive dorsal anti-spins on this. You have to literally turn on a anti-spin system to get it out of a spin. So I'm guessing he's struggling with that at the moment. Got a Fox out from tail on Wolf Shadow. Uderosa's about to nail Riddle. Riddler just will not die. Bombs, that was Joyce just unloaded a bunch of bombs on the target. That target is annihilated now. Overshoot from Uderosa, which is good. 500 knots, yep. Yeah. Merlin looks in a world of spinny pain there. It's not going to get out of that. Uderosa high yo-yo to get back on Riddler. Merlin's hitting the deck finally. Merge, Wolf Shadow, Squiddle. Squiddle doing a great job today, really tying up all these F-18s. Meaning that they just can't get, apart from this one, they can't get on the A10. Riddle finally, good God, man. Third miss on Riddle, still chugging along. Soaking up the damage. So, Squiddle still on Wolf Shadow now, switching to Wolf Shadow. Joyce having a blast with his Gal. Riddle finally deciding to go home, about time too. Salam in to take over from the A10. This A10 should turn away and go home now. Right, fourth miss on Riddle, and he's dead finally. He can die. Squiddle overshoots Wolf Shadow. Wolf Shadow's in stall turn. He may put himself in a spin here, 130 knots. Tail. Beautiful, look at that. So Wolf Shadow put himself in a spin, made himself hugely vulnerable on their tail. It's an easy shot. Great driving going on here. Right, so the only thing we're missing now is the maturity kind of turn around and just go home. Obviously we've got to kill this guy first, so we don't need 4 guys to do it though. We could just have Salam do it, and the rest of us could save the airframes. Right, so let's have a look at these guys. Third of a mile. Odorous not dodging. Easy kill. Well done. Right, everyone, turn south and run home now. That's all they've got to do. So tail turns back in towards the baddies, which is very silly. Or maybe it's not. Maybe it's... I don't know. What do you think? I don't know if it's good or bad. So he baits the Hornet into following him, and then it looks like they're going to get in a bit of a tangle. And this is a classic F5 against Hornet driving. Hornet's got more speed, 7G, tails in. Hornet really retains its speed well up at here. Even going up high compared to an F5. Look, these F5s trying to catch up, burning themselves down to 300 knots. Nothing they can do to catch up. They can possibly turn tighter because they're smaller, but yeah. So Coffee, I think he knows to use his jet right here. He's got to keep higher speed, so 600 knots, and he knows these guys haven't got the power to keep with them to stay within range. Squiddle goes for lead, but there's just not enough. Coffee 500 knots, should get some speed back here though. 7G. Starting to lose his speed a bit here. He's going to let one of the F5s in maybe. Squiddle decides to exit the fight. Tail decides to exit the fight. Coffee senses the opportunity. And he's going to get on Tail by the looks of it. So Tail is accelerating so slowly here. And Coffee easily out-accelerates him and shoots him down. Lovely job. Right, nearly there. So Squiddle runs away. Coffee tracks him down. Not sure how, but somehow. And has a little bit of a dice. Squiddle thinks he's safe. He is hugging the terrain, leaves a tiny bit open there, and that's going to be a missile coming through the window, I think. Yeah, and no, Mike just doesn't see it coming, and that's Squiddle out. Right, and that's got to be the end of the match. So Cap makes it back, Celon makes it back, and Joyce makes it back, we think. Right, I hope you enjoyed that, and we'll see you later.